Hello, I'm just finishing chewing dandelion flowers I ate a little earlier. Such an extraordinary range of flavours in one simple yellow flower. So, media fasting is the next thing I want to look at with you. Taking time out and time away from media. I do find it's extraordinary how it's managed to creep up to the extent that it dominates the lives of so many people, and emphatically including myself. So there's something quite remarkable happens when you give yourself a break from it, and that's easy to do at this time of year when it starts to get warmer. And it's like nature's inviting us to get outside and experience the beauty and the wonder of it. It definitely makes it easier. So really what I'm saying here is that the media, the Netflix, the TV, the films, whatever, they're all telling stories. And these stories have been crafted by people, and some of them are really quite how do I say it? Some of them really do knock the prevailing culture that we're in, and they can be powerful and thought-provoking. But there's so much of it that is just such a load of old dross, isn't it, when you think about it? Just reinforcing the same belief systems, the same old stories. And there's a great power and a great benefit to be felt by giving yourself a holiday from all that stuff. So when it comes to retreats, it's particularly worth bearing in mind there are certain forms of so-called entertainment that actually do you far more harm than you might even realise. And I particularly want to focus on horror, because horror, any media which focus upon the horror and trauma, bearing in mind the fact that it's not an easy thing to accept, but it's the safest thing just to assume the whole human race is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. That means that if a person sits down and watches a horror film, what they're doing is they're literally choosing to re-traumatise themselves, which does not put them into a position of power or capability or creativity or anything else. In fact, it's exactly the opposite. Puts them into a position of profound disempowerment. So if you're going to go on a retreat of any kind, one of the things I strongly recommend you to do, if you're a real fan of such things, is first of all give yourself a break from them, and then when you really have had a break, just put one on and see what it's like with a different pair of eyes, with a different understanding. And then when it comes to preparing for the retreat itself, definitely a really good idea just to disconnect from all that stuff and to notice how you feel when you really have disconnected from it for a little while. Just notice how your thoughts are, what your feelings are like. You could be really pleasantly surprised by the difference that could make to your day, to your experiences of life. So I wish you all the very best in exploring the idea of fasting from all that mainstream media out there. All the love to you.